Hello everyone. Today in this lecture we'll discuss about algorithm. So sometime you will see algorithm, it is DA, or sometime you will get it is ADA, right? So this is what the design analysis of algorithm, or we can say analysis design of algorithm, right? What about the weightage of these subjects? So from this subject you will get the question from nearby 3 to 6 3 to 6 question in net exam, right? In net exam you will get 3 to 6 question from this one. And another thing, for better understanding of data structure, it is required, right? For better understanding of data structure also, this subject is important, right? And this is the core subject. Another thing, for this subject, that reference book, that is Corman, right? So reference book, that is Corman, but it will be really difficult to understand from Corman. If you have time you can read that one, but after this course, I think no requirement of that one also. So it will be sufficient for you to solve the question in case of net, or you can solve question in gate also, right? Or any other exams also. So now we'll start with the algorithm. So what is algorithm? Algorithm, we can say, it is a step by step procedure. It is a step by step procedure to solve a problem, right? It is a step by step procedure to solve a problem, to solve a problem. Or you may get other definition also for algorithm, right? So algorithm, that can be like a, assume addition of two number. If it is addition of two number, let me say addition of two number, okay? So here addition of two number, we can say that take two number. Step number one, take two number, okay? Take two number, assume it is a comma b. After that, in second step, what we will do? In second step, here we'll perform the sum of these two number, sum of a and b, and put this value into another variable c. Next, in the third statement, or yes, in the third step or third statement, we can say return c. So we'll return the value for c, okay? So we'll return the value for c. And now this is what the addition of two number, and this is nothing but a algorithm. ये क्या है? एक algorithm है, that is the step by step procedure to solve a problem. What is the problem here? Problem is addition of two number, right? Problem is what? Addition of two numbers. So we can solve this problem step by step, right? And we'll get the solution. Now tell me, it is clear till this part or not? Okay, fine. Another definition for algorithm, we can say, another definition for algorithm, we can say it is a set of procedure, right? It is a, it is set of set of procedure. It is set of procedure which will take set of values, which will take set of values, set of values as a input, set of values as a input, and provide output or produce output and produce output. Okay, so there may be the many of definition for that algorithm, right? So it is a step by step procedure. Another thing we can say it is set of procedure which will take set of values as a input and produce the output, right? Next thing, properties of algorithm. Let's see properties of algorithm. Properties of algorithm. For properties we can say it should take 0 or more input. It should take it should take 0 or 0 or more input. Okay, it should take 0 or more input. Another thing, it should produce at least one output. It should produce at least one output, right? It should produce at least one output. Next thing, it should terminate within the finite time or finite steps. It should terminate within finite time, or we can say finite steps. Okay, it should terminate within finite time or finite steps. Next thing, it should be deterministic. It should be deterministic. An algorithm should be deterministic. Next thing we can say, yes, these are the some of the properties of a algorithm. Another thing, we'll do some of the analysis, right? So we'll do some of analysis, right? We'll do the analysis here. In case of analysis, we'll discuss about the time and space, right? Or we do the time analysis and space analysis, right? So we'll do the time analysis and space analysis here. So time analysis we can say that is related to the time complexity. A program will take how much time, right? A program will take how much time, that is what it's a time complexity. And a program is taking how much space, that is its a space complexity, right? So we can say that time complexity means a programs that is taking time to execution, how much time it is taking to execute, right? So time कितना लग रहा है वो depend करेगा. Another thing, space complexity, how much space a program is taking, ठीक है? Program space कितना ले रहा है, that is what the space complexity. Okay, so is it clear till this part? Yes. Okay, so another thing, if we discuss about time complexity and space complexity, that time complexity is more important because nowadays space is available in huge amount, right? So time complexity is more important here. So majorly we'll discuss about the time complexity here in the throughout the subject, right? So time complexity here we can say time complexity of program P, or we can say, let me say program P, then it will take the compile time, or we can say it is the compile time of program P plus its running time running time of program P, right? It is compile time plus running time. That compile time depends on the compiler, right? Compile time that's depend on the compiler, and compiler is a software, right? Compile time that's depend on compiler, and compiler is a software. Next thing, that is a runtime. So runtime that's depend on processor, right? Runtime that's depend on processor. So processor we can say CPU, and here this processor is what it is, hardware. Processor is what it is, hardware, or we can say type of processor we are being used, right? Means that if it is a P4, if it is a P4 processor, or it is a i5 processor, so here this will take more time, right, in execution. If it is a i3 processor, or it is a i9 processor, so here this will take more time in execution, right? So time complexity that's depend on two things, one is compile time, another thing is running time. So compile time we can say it is related to the compiler, which is a software, and a running time that is related to the type of processor, which is the hardware. Okay, now tell me, it is clear or not? Okay, fine. Now let's see the next thing. Next thing we can say steps to construct the algorithm. Steps to construct algorithm. Steps to construct algorithm. So here we can say that first thing we require the problem definition. Hmm? First thing is problem definition. There should be a problem, right? Another thing, that design the algorithm for that one, right? First thing, we'll see the problem definition and design algorithm for that one. Design algorithm for that. Design algorithm for that. And in design of algorithm, there may be the divide and conquer technique, or if we can say divide and conquer approach, or there may be the greedy approach, there may be the greedy approach, or there may be the dynamic programming approach. There may be the dynamic dynamic programming approach. Okay, to solve a problem we require the algorithm. For algorithm there may be the different approaches, that may be the dynamic algorithm, or there may be the greedy approach, or there may be the divide and conquer approach, right? So these are the approaches here to solve the problem. Another thing, after that there should be flowchart. There should be flowchart. Okay, so we'll convert this algorithm into flowcharts, right? And after that, so flowchart is nothing but that's a diagrammatic representation, already I think you know. And next thing is verification, right? Next thing is verification, we can say testing. And after that one we'll do the coding, right? We'll do the coding using the programming language. And next step we can say here we'll do the analysis, right? We'll do the analysis. That analysis are CPU time analysis, we can say CPU time, and that memory space. Okay, CPU time and memory space related analysis. Okay, so finally we'll do the analysis related to the CPU time and memory space. Now tell me, is it clear till this part or not? Clear? Okay, fine. Next thing, analysis. Analysis, these are two types of analysis. One is a posteriori analysis. A posteriori analysis. Another one is a priori analysis. A priori analysis. Okay, a posteriori analysis and a priori analysis. Yes, other ca other candidate also facing same problem, that voice problem. Is there any voice issue? Okay, I think Ritu ma'am, this is problem from your end. That internet connection is not well, I think. Due to this one, there is a problem. You can you can try to reconnect. Okay, so here we are discussing about the a posteriori analysis and a priori analysis. Let's see the. So here first one we can say that a posteriori. Post means बाद में, ठीक है? पोस्ट का मतलब क्या होता है? बाद में. ए प्रायरी, प्रायरी मीन्स पहले. इट मीन्स ये वाले एनालिसिस होंगे, ये कब किए जाएंगे? एक प्रोग्राम को मशीन पे एग्जीक्यूट होने के बाद, यानी कि मशीन पे क्या करेंगे? एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, और उसके बाद क्या मिलेगा? रिजल्ट मिलेगा. उस टाइम क्या होंगे? ये वाले एनालिसिस होंगे. और ए प्रायरी मीन्स इसको पर्टिकुलर मशीन पे टेस्ट करने से पहले क्या किया जाएगा? एनालाइज किया जाएगा, राइट? इनको पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम को पर्टिकुलर मशीन पे रन कराने से पहले क्या किया जाएगा, उसका एनालिसिस किया जाएगा, राइट. सो हियर वी कैन से दैट these types of analysis that's depend on the programming language. It is programming language and hardware dependent. Okay, it is programming language and hardware dependent. These analyses are program dependent and hardware dependent. Here we can say these analyses are programming and hardware independent. Okay, these programs are programming and hardware independent. Okay, next, here in this case you will get the exact answer, or we can say result. Exact answer or result. Here you will get the approximate answer. Here you will get the approximate answer, or we can say result, right? Here approximate answer or result. Next thing, here in this case that answer is changing from machine to machine, changing from machine to machine. Okay, here answer is changing from machine to machine, and here answer is same for all. Here answer is same for all. Let's repeat all these points once again. So a posteriori analysis means post means बाद में, प्रोग्राम डिजाइन हो चुका है, उसके बाद उसको क्या किया जाएगा, किसी पर्टिकुलर मशीन पे रन कराया जाएगा, और वहाँ से क्या मिलेगा, रिजल्ट मिलेगा. क्या रिजल्ट मिलेगा कि इसने कितना टाइम लिया है, राइट, कि यहाँ पे इस प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट होने में कितना टाइम लगा है, ये पता चलेगा. तो यहाँ पे रिजल्ट जो होगा मीन्स कितना टाइम लिया है, वो क्या होगा, दैट विल बी एग्जैक्ट. ठीक है, तो एग्जैक्ट टाइम यहाँ पे पता चलेगा. इस केस में कितना टाइम पता चलेगा, अप्रोक्सीमेट टाइम पता चलेगा, राइट. इट विल प्रोवाइड द अप्रोक्सीमेट टाइम. तो यहाँ पे अप्रोक्सीमेट टाइम पता चलेगा, बिकॉज दीज आर द ए प्रायरी मीन्स बाद में, सॉरी पहले, प्रायर मीन्स पहले. तो प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट कराने से पहले ही प्रोग्राम को देख के पता लगाया जाएगा, राइट. मान लीजिए ये कोई प्रोग्राम है और यहाँ पे इन स्टेटमेंट्स को चेक करके पता चलेगा कि यहाँ पे ये कितना टाइम लेगा, और वी कैन से इन स्टेटमेंट्स को क्या एनालाइज करके पता चलेगा कि यहाँ पे ये प्रोग्राम कितना टाइम लेगा, राइट. तो इस वाले केस में क्या नहीं कर रहे, प्रोग्राम को एक्चुअली मशीन पे रन नहीं करा रहे हैं, राइट. किसी मशीन पे अभी रन नहीं करा रहे. तो वी कैन से हियर इट इज प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज डिपेंडेंट और हार्डवेयर डिपेंडेंट. मतलब ये प्रोसेसर पे डिपेंड करेगा और प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज पे डिपेंड करेगा. और यहाँ पे ये क्या होगा, प्रोसेस दैट हार्डवेयर और वी कैन से प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज इंडिपेंडेंट रहेगा, right. Another thing, here answer is changing from machine to machine. We can say एक मशीन क्या ले रही है, किसी प्रोग्राम की आउटपुट में मान लीजिए 5 मिली सेकेंड ले रही है, और दूसरा ये मान लीजिए कोई क्या था, मान लीजिए P4 कोई सिस्टम है, और ये मान लीजिए कोई सिस्टम है, वो क्या है, i5 सिस्टम है, राइट. तो ये इस प्रोग्राम को रन करने में कितना टाइम ले रहा है, अज्यूम दैट है इट इज 1 नैनो सेकेंड, राइट. तो यहाँ पे ये वाला क्या कर रहा है, काफ़ी कम टाइम ले रहा है इस वाले से, राइट। तो ये डिपेंड करेगा, मशीन टू मशीन डिपेंड करेगा। बट इस केस में प्रोग्राम को हम मशीन पे रन करा के देखते नहीं है, है ना। प्रोग्राम को अगर मशीन पे रन नहीं करा रहे हैं, इसका मतलब क्या होगा, हमें तो इस कोड को चेक करके बताना है, इसका एनालाइज करके बताना है। इसका मतलब कोई भी मशीन है, डजेंट मैटर, इसका रिजल्ट क्या रहेगा, सेम रहेगा, क्योंकि मशीन पे तो चला के नहीं देखना है इसको। यस, नाउ टेल मी, इज इट क्लियर टिल दिस पार्ट और नॉट? Yes, is it clear till this part or not? Clear? Yes, is it clear to all? Okay, fine. Let's see the next thing. So we know that these are the a priori analysis, और a priori analysis के केस में क्या होगा, प्रोग्राम को एक्चुअली मशीन पे रन नहीं कराया जाएगा, पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम की स्टेटमेंट्स को एनालाइज करके पता चलेगा कि कितना टाइम लगेगा, राइट। तो अभी हम क्या करेंगे, विल डू द a priori analysis, right? So here we'll do the a priori analysis. Let's see. A priori analysis. A priori analysis. So here we can say it is a determination of order of magnitude of statement, right? Or we can say it is a determination of order of magnitude of a statement, right? So what is the meaning of this line? Yes, what is the meaning of this line? It means how many time a statement is being executed, right? कोई भी statement कितनी बार execute हो रही है, right? Or we can say it is the repetition of statement, repetition of statement, right? It is the repetition of statement, कोई statement कितनी बार repeat हो रही है, right? Or we can say it is the magnitude of the statement, frequency of the statement, right? We can say magnitude of statements or frequency of statements, right? We can say here it is a magnitude of the statement, frequency of statement, और finally क्या कह सकते हैं, कोई statement कितनी बार repeat हो रही है, right? उससे क्या करेंगे, पता चलेगा हमें कि ये कितना टाइम लेगी, राइट। कोई स्टेटमेंट कितनी बार रिपीट होगी, उससे पता चलेगा कि ये कितना टाइम लेगी। लेट्स सी ए प्रोग्राम। हियर इट इज ए मेन, ओके। प्रोग्राम में सिंथेटिक एरर हो सकते हैं, राइट। कुछ असाइनमेंट सिंथेटिक टाइप के एरर हो सकते हैं, डोंट बॉदर अबाउट दैट वन, उसके बारे में ज़्यादा टेंशन नहीं लेनी है। अपने को क्या पता करना है, कोई स्टेटमेंट कितनी बार एग्जीक्यूट हो रही है, रिपीट हो रही है, उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है, ये अपने को पता करना है, राइट। सो हियर इट इज इंट एक्स कोमा वाई कोमा जेड, x comma y comma z, and here x equal to y plus z, okay, x equal to y plus z. Then what will be the time complexity of this program? What will be the time complexity for this program? Let's understand. So here we will start from main, any program that is starting with main. After that, it is an integer of x y and z. These are the variables here. And another thing, here we are doing the addition of y plus z and assigning to x. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे एडिशन यहाँ पे परफॉर्म किया जा रहा है ना, इट मीन्स ये वाली स्टेटमेंट यहाँ पे कितनी बार रिपीट हो रही है, सिर्फ एक बार चल रही है। ठीक है, ये स्टेटमेंट कितनी बार चल रही है, एक बार। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि ये स्टेटमेंट एक बार अगर रिपीट हो रही है तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, इट विल टेक द कांस्टेंट टाइम, इट विल टेक कांस्टेंट टाइम, right? And constant time that is represented by order of 1. Okay, so finally we can say here it will take order of 1 time, only 1 time addition is being performed here. ठीक है, एक ही ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म किया जा रहा है एडिशन का, और उसमें कितना टाइम लगेगा, इट विल टेक द कांस्टेंट टाइम. नाउ टेल मी इट इज क्लियर और नॉट. यस. Okay, clear, fine. Now let's see the next program. Let's see next program. So here it is main, after that it is int x, y, z and n, right? These are the variables, and after that here it is x equal to y plus z, x equal to y plus z, and after that there is a for loop for I equal to 1 to, or just a minute, I equal to 1, then I is less than equal to n, then I plus plus, I plus plus, and after that here it is x equal to y plus z, and yes, finally this is the program. Okay, by this program, can you tell me how much time it will take? Yes, how much time it should take? N time, that may be right. Yeah, that may be right. Let's see. So here this is what a declaration of variables. After that, this one is the important thing. Here we are performing the addition operation, so we can count this statement. Another thing, there is a for loop, and after that there is a x equal to y plus z, means we are assigning this value. Firstly we are doing addition and assigning to this one, so this one also important. So here this statement is executing for one time. This statement is executing for one time. Then how many time this statement is being execute, or it is repeating, how many time it is repeating? So its a repetition depends on this for loop, right? Its a repetition depends on this for loop. तो ये for loop कितना चलेगा? Let me say n equal to 5, n equal to 5. Then firstly it is initialization, so here it is I equal to 1. After that I is less than equal to 9. What is the value for I is 1. 1 is less than equal to 5. Yes, it is true. So condition is true, it means it will execute this statement. तो ये स्टेटमेंट एक बार चल गई, राइट? आफ्टर दैट इट विल डू द आई प्लस प्लस. तो आई की वैल्यू अब क्या हो जाएगी? नाउ आई वैल्यू इज 2. Now we'll check the condition. 2 is less than equal to 5. Yes, condition is ट्रू, अगेन विल एग्जीक्यूट दिस स्टेटमेंट, ये एग्जीक्यूट फिर से होगी, लेट मी से इट इज एग्जीक्यूटिंग फॉर सेकेंड टाइम, है ना. नेक्स्ट टाइम will increment the value for I. So I value become 3. Now 3 is less than equal to 5. Condition is again true, right? Condition again true. So we'll execute this statement again. So it is third time executing, right? So it is third time executing. Now we'll do the plus plus I plus plus. I plus plus means will increment the value for I become 4. Now 4 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. So we'll execute this one more time. So here it is 4 time. So we have executed this statement 4 time. Next time what will happen, we'll do the increment here in I. So I become 5. So 5 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. 5 is less than equal to 5. Condition true. Again it is executing fifth time, and we'll do the I plus plus. Now I becomes 6. Then we'll check the condition. Condition is 6 is less than equal to 5. Condition false. So we'll not execute this one. सो इट इज़ एग्जीक्यूटिंग फॉर 5 टाइम. तो ये वाली स्टेटमेंट कितनी बार एग्जीक्यूट हो रही है? 5 टाइम. 1 2 3 4 एंड 5. 5 टाइम एग्जीक्यूट हो रही है. कब? जब n की वैल्यू क्या थी? 5. इसका मतलब n की वैल्यू अगर 10 है तो ये कितनी बार चलेगी? 10 टाइम्स. और n की वैल्यू अगर 1000 है तो ये 1000 टाइम चलेगी. और n की वैल्यू अगर k है तो k टाइम, और n की वैल्यू क्या है? n है, तो ये कितनी चलेगी? n टाइम. सो फाइनली वी कैन से दिस statement is repeating for n time. That's depend on this for loop. So this for loop is executing for n time. Finally we can say this statement is executing for one time. So 1 plus it is executing for n time, 1 plus n. So you can ignore the constant. Finally it is order of n time. Yes, finally it is taking order of n time. Now tell me, it is clear or not?